There was this boy who lived in Avalhalli. His name was Gusa. He was about 8 years old and he came from a very poor background. He didn't go to school but would look after his two younger siblings and play under the rain tree in my grandmother's compound the whole day long. Gusa's father was an agricultural laborer. On returning from work in the evening, he would see to it that all his children washed their hands, feet, and face, and then they would sit down for a meal around one single aluminium plate. There was another boy of similar age who also lived in Avalhalli. He too came from a very poor background and he was extremely sickly. He didn't go to school and he couldn't talk as he was deaf and dumb. The villagers called him Tikkal Timma, but he was brilliantly creative. He would make toys from any waste material that he found around the place. A working model of a train using soda bottle caps and cigarette packets, a parrot fashioned out of leaves, and windmills from waste paper. It bothered me that they were so poor. It bothered me that they didn't go to school and they were always dressed in torn clothes. These boys were from Avalhalli, the same village I grew up in, and they were my playmates when I myself was 10 years old. The spectacle of their poverty was a deep memory inside me. So in 1996, when I read Give Us Credit of the story of Professor Yunus and the Grameen Bank, I instantly knew that this was what was needed for families like Gusa and Tikaltima. I fell in love with Professor Yunus's idea of access to microcredit as being necessary for people to work themselves out of poverty. There was this painful memory. Then there was the trigger that Give Us Credit provided. The solution was Grameen Kuta. Grameen Trust provided us the seed capital, and this was where Grameen Kuta started, our lovely rustic office. And see where we have reached now. We were a replication program and we did everything like it was being done in Grameen Bank of Bangladesh. The same type of projection meetings, the same type of CGTs, the highly disciplined and inspirational Kendra meetings, the same type of SEDs, and the highly successful husbands workshops. Our recruitment drives were also similar and were such a success whichever locality they were held. What really helped us to replicate a successful microcredit program were the training manuals so brilliantly written by Professor David Gibbons, giving us step-by-step instructions. This was how Grameen Kuta laid a sound foundation in systems, processes, and culture. Soon, the word spread, and the success of Grameen Kuta attracted many grants. We received grants to scale up our work from the World Bank, from Grameen Foundation Australia, Grameen Foundation USA, HEVOS, IDS USA, Unitas, and others, which helped us to grow. Grameen Kuta in the early years attracted many awards, the most prestigious being Grameen Pioneer Award that we received from the hands of Professor Yunus in New York. Distinguished visitors also came by to see our success. Professor Latifi, Professor David Gibbons, Paul Moritz, Alex Counts of Give Us Credit, Professor Yunus himself in 2004, Stav Zotalis from Ausaid, Dost from Netherlands, and others. So this is how we grew from strength to strength. I dedicate this success to two sets of people. Firstly, the 17 lakh women clients of Grameen Kuta with their entrepreneurial spirit, their humble aspirations, and their simple honesty, who week after week have attended our Kendra meetings and have kept up the pledge. In these 18 years, cumulatively, we have disbursed 13,333 crores in Grameen Kuta and have had to write off about 14 crores or just 0.10% of total disbursements. This is a demonstration of walking the talk on the pledge. And the other set of people that I dedicate the success of Grameen Kuta to, my dear staff, who have worked hard and have kept up their part of the pledge to the women that they serve. I have many people to thank and show my gratitude to. To my grandmother, late Srimati Sharadamma, who was the author of the T. Muniswamappa Trust, which incubated Grameen Kuta for the first 8 years. Without the T. Muniswamappa Trust and the blind support of the trustees, Grameen Kuta would not have been possible. Professor Yunus for the inspiration, Professor David Gibbons, Alex Counts for Give Us Credit, bankers, vendors, consultants, partners, fellow microfinance practitioners and others. Last but not the least, all my Grameen Kuta family, all the staff at Grameen Kuta, all those memories, I will never be able to forget them. All the young women and men I recruited and trained in the early years, look where they have reached. AGMs, DGMs, general managers, vice presidents, and state heads. I am so proud of you all and your achievements. All laterally joined professionals, how proud I am of your talents and your contributions. To all Grameen Kuta staff present today and to all the staff in our 393 branches, I bow to you in gratitude for making Grameen Kuta such a great organization and one of the leading MFIs in India. As I say my final goodbyes to you all, I would like to say a few words about a special person, Suresh, who is also retiring today. I have nothing but adjectives to describe Suresh's personality traits which he used for building Grameen Kuta. Suresh has been passionate, energetic, talented, a workaholic, and a visionary in his own right. Over the years, as Grameen Kuta grew from stature to stature, I saw Suresh building himself up too to take on new challenges and tasks. You can see his statesmanship and contribution to the sector by building Acme. You can see his advocacy and networking skills, whether at Southern, RBI, or MFIN. That's Suresh in a nutshell for you. A young man, all of 28 years, when he responded to my advertisement. I will not forget the day I met him 18 years ago. I cannot thank myself enough for having chosen him to work for me. I couldn't have been luckier. Thank you, Suresh, for helping build Grameen Kuta into a great socially focused organization. Thank you for your 18 years of friendship, for the debates, the discussions, and the disagreements, and the sharing of dreams. Though Suresh retires from Grameen Kuta today, he will continue working with me as we follow in Professor Yunus's footsteps once again in his version 2 of a game changer, the Yunus Social Business. As I end now, I would like to remind you that Grameen Kuta should always remain client-centric. We have to be devoted to the communities we serve and to the development of society at large in order to be successful. When I see the next generational leaders at Grameen Kuta led so ably by Uday, it gives me a great sense of satisfaction to be leaving Grameen Kuta in good and safe hands. I say it once again, the hard work and sheer brilliance of all of you at Grameen Kuta has powered our success, and it humbles me to think of the collective intellectual capital that we have built over the years. As I retire from this wonderful organization called Grameen Kuta, I would like to acknowledge the tremendous support that I have received from my family over the past 2 decades. If you ever want to meet me, you know where to find me, and I'll be delighted if you drop in. Namaste and goodbye.